Thank you. पर कोई न पावा न पावा तेरा पुराण ग्रंथ बहु विधि पर कोई न पावा कोई न पावा अवतार में जीवन नैया राम लगावत पार एक दिन तू जाए एक दिन तू जाए Check 1, 2. That's the first song. 1, 2, 3. Namo Namah. Vinayak Namo Namah. Vinayak Namo Namah. Garanate Bappa Moria. Mangal Murti Mo.
महाविष्णु भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. My most beloved brothers and sisters, my sister Oma, the children, grandchildren, in-laws, the brothers and sisters of our most beloved Deoraj. And indeed, we fondly call him Mukesh. But this is one of the saddest days for his family. It's not uncommon at all. But these kinds of days will come to all of us. Today it has come home to this family. But very sudden, Mukesh is relatively a young man. And I am sure we are all very heartbroken because of this incident. Such has become life now. All kinds of things, chaos, left, right, and center. Death is just one of them. There's immense human suffering across the board. But death is the most painful for our family. Other things will change and happen, and we live and we abide and we adjust and adapt. But this is not easy to adapt to. This is not I've been San Fernando, Port of Spain, and I'll come back in 2 hours or 5 hours. I'll get to Canada and come back for in 1 month. This is gone forever. Yes, samana ha samanso jive jive shu. Yes, samana ha. Sama means balance. Yes, samana ha samanso. It is so. Like it, want it, wish it, believe it or not, life has a balance. Sama means balance. Yes, samana ha. Samanso jive means like for existence. And everything has a balance. And a balance simply means, my friends, if you were to put an elephant on this side of the scale, and you put another elephant of the same weight on this side of the scale, the balance. You take 1 grain of rice and put it on one side, it tips. Life is like that. Simple things, little things, changes the dynamics of life, the balance of life. For where there is good, there will be bad. Where there is God, there will be devil. Where there is light, there will be dark. Where there is big, there will be small. Where there is life, there will be death. And every one of us here, who are here today, know what this is. How frightening it is. How frightening when you put your heads on your pillow. How frightening it is. What can be the possibility? If not on the road, it might be through a crime, murder, all these kinds of things. Yet alone, the afflictions of disease and ill health. It's frightening. And there are no age limits. Mukesh is a young man with a wonderful family, hard-working, beautiful children, very respectable children, dynamic grandchildren, and very quiet and unassuming. He moved, did his work, And this is his fate. And I say his fate, not mine. It's his. For in God's kingdom, to each his own. To each his own. As God has called in his name, so will the day come when mine will be called. How do I prepare? How do I prepare? Is there such a thing like preparation? Is it something that we want to do? Because most times we don't even think of it. None of us want to think of death. And if you don't think of death, how do you prepare for it? You can't prepare for it. That's the reality. That's the reality. Because it is frightening. It is daunting. And beloved friends, I believe in a very, very simple philosophy which I've lived my life with. And that is, do the next best thing. Situations will come into the lives of each and every one of us. Do the next best thing. You fall down, raise your knee, cut your chin, get up, dust yourself, put a plaster, recollect your thoughts, reorient yourself, and walk. सुख दुख दोनों रहते जिसमें जीवन है वो गाँव कभी धूप कभी छाँव. Sukh means happy. Sukha dukha means misery. Like finger and ring, happiness and misery go together. Sukha dukha dono. Dono means life gives that. Life brings that. रहते जिसमें जीवन, जीवन means what? जीवन है वो गाँव. कभी means some. Sometimes like this, kabhi dhoop, kabhi chhav, sometimes like that. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed. Sometimes we hopeful and sometimes we faint-hearted. My friends, you have to deal with both. And to each his own, as I mentioned before. You have to deal with it. Strengthen your mind, get your courage together. And let Mukesh's passing be a teaching for all of us. There's a thin line. There's a line in a bhajan that says, Sansar to maya hai, kabhi dhoop, kabhi chhaya hai, ek din us jana hai, jo bhi yahan aaya hai. Sansar to maya hai. This sansar means illusionary world. Maya means illusion, sansar means imaginary. And you imagine life in so many ways and forms. For many of us here, today we are imagining things. When this funeral finish, I'm going home and I'm going to put up rice and dal. I'm going to pay a bill and penal. We are imagining. Whether that will happen or not, you know. Whether God will give you a life to fulfill that, you don't know. So sansara to maya hai. Nothing is wrong with that. Imagine, my friends, and plan your life as best as you could. Kabhi dhoop, kabhi chhaya hai. But plan your life in such a way that sometimes it wouldn't always work out. So you must have a contingency, a backup plan. Ek din usme jana hai. Ek din, eka means one. Din means day. One day, jana will go from this world. But don't think of that too much. Plan for it. Because it will happen. Jo bhi yahan aaya hai. Think of why you here. Why you came? Aaya. So see, if you didn't say jana hai, one day you'll go. But don't put too much emphasis on that. Jo bhi yahan aaya hai. Think why God put you on this earth. Think why God gave you a life today. He took our beloved Mukesh, but he left me. Why did he leave me? What is my purpose today? How can I better myself today? How can I learn? How can I approach life differently? What can I do to help myself? What can I do to help others? Think of it like that. Because God has given us another day. Don't waste it. Don't let it just flitter and go. But today we have to do the next best thing. Let's give our brother to the arms of God.
पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्दन जाने को तेरा दर्दन जाने को तेरा दर्दन जाने को nobody knows what you go through. When I'm talking to Oma talking brave, Oma talking that she plan out everything and she do and she have everything in control. Poor child. Poor child. And her heart break just on the verge of breaking open. This is his beloved father, the Tracy. Wow. Nobody knows what these children are going through to lose their father. All I can tell the son is, I have been there, babe. I delivered my father to the arms of God 32 years ago. And my mother 4 years ago. So I know what pain is, what hurt is. The only thing I can tell you, my children, is that I am here today after all of that. Meaning that I survived. You will survive. You will survive. And every day will bring greater strength. And you'll climb out of this. बाहर से तू खामोश रहे है भीतर भीतर रोई रे भीतर भीतर रोए तेरा दर्द जाने को तेरा दर्द जाने को पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द जाने को तेरा दर्द जाने को. Nobody knows. When last we meet somebody and they say, how are you going? And they say, bad. 99% of the time you will say, when you're hurting, you have a dollar in your pocket, you have a pound of rice in the kitchen, you don't tell nobody that. How are you going? They say, good. And they, so you accept the children to say when you meet them last night and the night before or this morning. And they say, how are you going? Where do you go say? Are they alright? Are they alright? So my friends, you just have to make it alright. So let me now invite the members of the family who will be actively participating with us in this service. And I will ask for now. Let's do the God bless you up, my friends. I need to cut the mic down now because I can't hold it two things.
पवित्र पवित्रो सर्वहस्ताङ्कितपीवः यः स्मरेत पुण्डरीकाक्षः स भाय भयङ्कर शुचि श्री विष्णुः नमस्कारं समर्पयामि हि प्रतिगृहतां विष्णवे नमः गोविन्दाय नमो नमः माधवाय नमः केशवाय नमः ॐ मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षः मंगलम खंडचंदनम बंधिते नित्यं सर्वपापकनाशनं खंडचंदनदानं प्रतिगृहतां विष्णवे नमः गोविन्दाय नमो नमः परमात्माय नमो नमः जनार्दनः पूषाग्रचरदेवोषं परदेवो कुशौ स्तुतं कुस्मले स्थितो ब्रह्मा कुस्मध्ये जनार्दनः पूषाग्रेतरदेवोषं परदेवो कुशौ स्तुतम् My beloved friends, it is the year 2022 in the English calendar, and the year 2079 in the Hindu calendar. I sent this message on April 1st. Our year begins and ends on March, April. This year it was April 1st. It was New Year's Day. So this is our year that our beloved brother passed. And this is the year that we are consecrating his mortal remains to eternity. And the soul is recalled in this particular year, 2079. The Hindu month is called Ashad, in the month of June. And we're in the dark fortnight, the first half of the month. The month has two halves. So it's called Christian Paksh. Paksh means fortnight, it's a dark fortnight. Christian means dark. So it is the 9th day. It's called Naumi Tithi. Tithi means day, Naumi means 9. The moon moves to 12th zodiacal belt. It is the 12th zodiacal belt called Meena Rashi. Rashi means zodiacal belt. And it's pointing to a very wonderful constellation. There are 27 constellations. This one called Revati is the last, is the 27th constellation. So this is an auspicious day astrologically to deliver brother through the medium of the fire. into God's arms. It's good astrologically, but painful for the family. Very painful. But to each his own, as I mentioned, this is his day. And astrologically it is open and welcoming to him. Let me now invite you, my friends, to call God as you know God and see God and love God. Whether you see God as Krishna, whether you see God as Durga, Hanuman, Shiva, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Mummy's face across the horizon, a beautiful sunset, an early morning 6 o'clock with a cup of coffee and a chirping bird. All that is God, for God is love. And God is truth. God is beauty. The beauty of mother. The beauty of a husband and wife relationship. The beauty of parent and child. All that is God. We live God. For God is dharma. And dharma means righteous practice. Once you are practicing life in the best way, not the perfect way, in the best way you know how. For no man is perfect. We all make mistakes, but dharma teaches you to learn from your mistakes and better tomorrow. And if you are doing that, you are God's child. You are living a life of God. So my beloved friends, with that in mind, let us pray and say, God, bless Mukesh. Thank you for him. Let's not look at what happened to him. Let's look at the fact that he happened. Mukesh was born in 1964. I was born in 68. 4 years my elder than me. 58 years old. Well, let's look at the fact that we had him for that 58 years. Let's look at the fact that he was a wonderful son. His mother and I go back all my life. Auntie Dolly. Everybody know that. One of the many mothers that I adopted was Auntie Dolly. Before I even knew her children, I knew Auntie Dolly as a little boy. And I adopted her as a mother. She taught me many things as a budding pundit. I didn't know much. She taught me many things, including this, how to sing a song. You see, my friends, then I knew her family. All of this. Then he became a wonderful son, a beloved brother, a great husband, a daring, a beautiful father, a wonderful grandfather, a father-in-law, a friend, a community member, a patron of the country. Look how many things he became. So let's give thanks for that. That happened. So my friends, let me invite you for 1.5 minutes only to bow your heads and make that prayer. Let us put our collective voices together, our collective spirit and energy in one focal point and send it to God to ask God to be kind, lenient and merciful unto him and to receive him with embracing arms into thy kingdom, into the magnificence of heaven. That is what we want. God, that is what we want. To be kind and lenient and merciful unto him and to receive him in thy kingdom. And the next thing we're asking God is that you bless his family, give them strength and courage to face not just today, not just the last 2-3 days, but to face the days ahead. Because the first Diwali will come with no Mukesh, and the first Christmas will come, and the first birthday, and the grandchild birthday, and the first time they'll enter a school, a big school, or something like that, and Papa not there. It will always bring a tear. So be it. The only one assurance I have is that the days only get better as they go. Time heals. Not totally, but partially. Time will heal partially. So my beautiful friends, join with me now in this prayer. हाथ जोड़ करो भगवान के ध्यान. Bow your heads or clasp your hands. However you pray. Almighty God, thank you, God, for bringing us together this morning. this beautiful congregation as we gather to pay tribute to the life and times of Deoraj Harrypersad, Mukesh, late father of this home. Dear God, we pray that only you are the judge, and only your glory shall bring heaven. Judge our beloved brother according to his karma. And we pray and ask and plead with you that he makes his way into your kingdom forever and ever. God, we ask that you bring kindness and leniency and mercy unto his soul. And we ask, O Bhagwan Paramatma, that you bring strength and courage to his wife and children and grandchildren, in-laws and immediate loved ones. And God, we ask further that you bless every member of our congregation. Bless their lives and bless the life of their family. And may we continue to make the best of what tomorrow might be. Father, we pray that you bring courage to this home, to this immediate home. It is a difficult day for all. Salutations to you, Father. This is our wish and our prayer. Om Vishnu Namah Paramatmane Puran Purushotama Dhyashri Brahmanoni Vityaparade Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasutaman Bantare Ashtavinchitani Kalivi Kalipratam Charani Bhuluke Jambud Vibhavra Batari Muktam Samvatsari Rakshasa Samvat Ashad Mase Krishan Pakshe Naumi Tithi Chandra Sthite Meen Rashi Nakshatra Yataha Revati Nakshatra Yatha Murti, Yatha Lagan, Yatha Yog, Yatha Karana, Shav Pujanam, Anteshi Samskar Pujanam, Namaskaram Samarpayami, Harrypersadnam, Pulhi, Kashyap Gotraha, Shri Deorajnam, Mukeshnam, Pretasya, Jivatma Shanti Kalyan, Jivatma Shanti Kalyan, Prince Bolo Krishan Bhagavan ki Jai. My friends, you have purification. Pavitri means pure. Om apavitraha pavitro va sarva bhastangita pivaha yaha smareta pundarikakshaha sabhaya bhayantara suchi sarvishnuhu Shri Preta Pujanam, Shav Pujanam. Preta means the traveling soul. Pretasya, the soul in transition. So when death comes, from that moment, over the course of 1 year, his soul is traveling. So we call it Preta. Pretasya. Jivatma Shanti Kalyanam, Vishnave Namaha, Govindaye Namo Namaha, Paramatamaye Namo Namaha, Namaskaram Samarpayami. Samarpayami hi pratik. It says, Om Mangalam Khanda Chandanam Bandhite Nityam. Chanda, Chandan, Chanda means to shine. Chanda means silver also, and Chanda also means moon. This is Mangalam Khanda Chandana. The good books say many are called and few are chosen. Be among the chosen. Shine out. Shine out, it says. Stand up and be counted. So it's a Mangalam Khanda Chandanam Bandhite Nityam. Today I seek to break the bandhan means raksha, bandhan. Then bandhan means the tie. Break the ties. See, break the ties. Dear God, I ask that you allow Mukesh to shine in your eyes so you can take him. Then we give mala. Maladini, Sugandini, Malatyarini, Vai Prabhu. It doesn't matter the scent and color and beauty of a flower. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? It's always nice to understand and to know that God doesn't judge us by the scent and beauty and color of a flower. God judges us by the beauty of the heart that gives the flower. Whether you give a rose or you give a hibiscus, whether it's a red or a yellow, these things are not important. It's the love and devotion which you give. Then we join in offering art. Om Yam Dwari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Yam is the god of death. I always taught you all children that there is one God, not two, not five, not 50, not 10. One God. God takes functionaries, forms. So we call God in the sun as Surya, in the moon as Chandra. God in the wind is Pawan, God in the earth is Dharti or Prithivi. God in the wind is Pavan. God in the fire is Agni. God of death is called Yamraj. The word for door, like a doorway, is called Dwar. So it says Yam Dwari. We can only take the soul to the door of the Yamaraj. As the saying goes, you can take the horse to the well, but you cannot make him drink. You can take the child to the school, but you cannot make him or her learn. So too, we cannot walk the soul into heaven. We can only walk to the door. To get into heaven, children, is not up to the priest. It's not up to the pundit. It's not up to the son. It's not up to the family. It's up to each and every one of us, our individual karma. What I do will either take me there or not. Yam Dwari Mahaguri Deepadanam. Deepa means light. Deepadanam Samarpayami. Deepadanam. You all don't know? Make it peace until that's finished. Mangalam Panda Chandanam Bandhiti Nicham Sarva Papa Kanashanam Panda Chandanam Danam Namaskaram Priti. Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepam Samarpayami Deepadanam Namaskaram Pratigartam Deepadanam Mayadeke Navopatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam Guna. Take your prayer with feet and join the leader. Chapatita. Om Shri Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskar Pratigartam. Om Shri Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Mayadeke Navopatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam. Om Shri Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Pundarika Mangalayetana Hari Namaskaram Samarpayami Namaskaram Pratigartam. Train line. Beloved friends, those of you who are able to stand and can stand, please stand with me. And those who stand and feel they need to sit after, go right ahead. It's quite all right. It's quite all right. On your leaflet on the inner left side, you can see Jai Krishna Hare. Let's join together in this little song. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare.
दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को Sing, my friends. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर ठिकारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न केवल हारा हो, और कोई न केवल हारा हो। फिर तू ही मेरा जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय श्री दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। Keep standing for one more minute. You have a pinda, 5 pindas offered in a funeral service. You offer the first one. Om Pratam, Pratam means first. Pratam Pinda Paridanam Hitarte Namaskaram Maya Rete Tapapatishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam. Shri Harrypersad now, this is the family's name that he gained in this birth. Harrypersad now, Pretasya. Pretasya, he is traveling now. Jivatma Shanti Kalyan. We wish his Jiva, his existence and life. Shanti means peace, Kalyan is happy. May you have peace and happiness in your life. Ari Shakti, with energy and collective spirit of everyone who prayed, may that come together and beg God to take his soul into thy kingdom. Salutations to you. Namaskaram Sankalpam Purya. We give a little water. Pinda Paridanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Pinda Paridanam Pradipayami. Om Yam Shri Samarpayami.
Shri Yamdwari Mahagori, Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami, Deepadanam Pratigirta. Prem se Guru Mahakrishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. Krishnaya, Govindaya, Namo, Namaha. Namaha means negative. It's in the name of Namaha also means. This is godly witness in your most magnificent way. So, when you say, so naturally now, finding now, and it's well, and actually it's not greatest destroying Jivatma Shanti, wherever you are, like you love it, go with God, be safe, God's eyes, thank God. Jump and step on. आप लोग आसन लीजिए. May I now invite my friends, except for Omar, not Omar, anyone else, Chris, whenever you're ready, baby love, Jesse, all the children, sisters, loved ones, whosoever wish to offer arti, do malas and so, please come now. Om Yamdwari Mahagore Deepadanam Samarpayami. Om Shri Yamdwari Mahagore Deepadanam Pratigrihatam. Vishnave Namaha. Govindaye Namo Namaha. Come my friends, we need to come in our line. Alright, come. Join up, show us to become with your family if you wish. You can come as a family as well.
Jen? Jen, you have a picture. Go behind her. You're buying nothing. She got said that she doesn't want to hear.
Om Shri Yamdwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Yamdwari Mahagori Deepam Pratigiratam. Yamdwari Mahagori Deepam Samarpayami. Yamdwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Pratigiratam. Yamdwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Yamdwari. Also my friends, those who just wish to put a flower, no arti, not a problem, you can do that as well. Yamdwari Mahagori Deepam Samarpayami.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to the Deoraj University. I would just like to say to the family members who couldn't make it here today, who lives abroad, they are viewing right now live. So, Elizabeth, who is his elder sister, Elizabeth, sorry you couldn't make it. Alright, I'll give him a touch to you. Alright, so Elizabeth and Troy. And for Gianna, Rishi and Brent. They live here. Mukesh was like a father to them as well. Again, a touch for all three. His other sister in Canada, Cindy couldn't be here. So Cindy, if you look at, you can say right now, Cindy and Lal, who is in Canada right now, couldn't make it. So Cindy, please do it out so you can find, right? And for Wayne, Clyde and Patsy, Wayne and Clyde live here as well. They also like a son to him. He looked after them. So Wayne, Clyde and Patsy, now is the time to tell him goodbye. Oh, Judy called and Judy said, I have so Judy, this one is for you, if I confirm it.
Let's sing this little song together, my friends. मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसी, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसी, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्मा, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्मा. Sharma means happy. Man means the mind. Man ही मन शर्मा. What makes this mind happy? Mukesh Basan makes the mind happy? And the answer is no. But are we happy for him? That today he meets his maker. Well, then there's some happiness there, right? Because I'm glad that he'll go home now. The true home, not this earth, the true home. Money him, money sharma. You see, happiness is subjective, my friends. The one who prayed last night was happy, and the one who jumped in neighbor's wall and stole their pawpaw is also happy. What is true happiness? That is a difficult thing to fully understand. If anybody has wish to offer, please come now, so you don't have disturbances during these ceremonies. इन पैरों से चल कर तेरे मंदिर कभी न आया, जहाँ जहाँ हो पूजा तेरी कभी न शीश झुकाया, हे हर हर में आगे आया, अब क्या दाग चढ़ाऊं, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारी आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे. Good night, friends. Those who come, friends, we can't have people walking over all the time. So please come, if you're coming, come now. द्वार तुम्हारी आओ,
चादर ओढ़ के कैसे मैंने चादर ओढ़ के कैसे Praise the Lord, Christian Bhagavan ki Jai. Those who did not yet have a chance and wish to offer flower to Arti, we're going to do that towards the end. So don't feel daunted, it will come again. Just at this point in time, we don't continue our service. Beloved friends, life is as good as we wish it to be. Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 5th verse. It says, Udharev Atma Atmanam. Udharev Atma Atmanam. Udharev means to lift. Like I say, lift yourself. Not when you fall, not that lift. Not when you fall up. How weak. Lift yourself. Lift your spirit. It's called Udharev. Atma Atmanam. You see the word is repeated. Atma Atmanam. Lift yourself by yourself. Take your Atma, your life force, and lift yourself with your own life force. And I come back to the adage where you can take the horse to the well, but you can't make him drink. Let me give you a perfect example. That is current. All those of you on my WhatsApp chat, when I send out a message, my friends, 1,457 people at this point get that message simultaneously in one time. For those of you who know where I live 5 minutes from here. And Faizabad proper, Siparia, Woodland, Timital, San Francisco, Upbratres, St. John Trace, Avocat, Oropuch, miles away. We don't have a Hindi class, Hindi to Sanskrit. We don't have music class, we don't have dance class as I could remember. And I mean orthodox dancing, not minor jump. We don't have meditation and yoga. So a couple of months ago, we did some renovation work in Mandir, and I said, why don't we have these classes? People every place go, Baba, I don't teach Hindi, Baba, I don't teach this, Baba, I don't learn music, Baba, I want to learn harmonium, Baba, I want to learn dhola. Let's start our class. 12 weeks now. Today, right now, aerobics class going on. 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 10. 1 hour, aerobics. You see, I think 12 for 13. It's not 12 of them. 12. Take the horse to the well, but you can't make him drink. On June 1st, just the other day, we start yoga and meditation on Wednesday. $10 a class. $10 to come. Not a penny goes to me, I to the teacher. It's at 32. 32 people. On June 4th, Saturday, June 4th, a member who got right in this community, a stone throw from here, the Purmasi family. Brandon Purmasi is a graduate in music. Certified. 4 years now, I'm trying to get Brandon to come and teach music. Brandon teaching piano, guitar, harmonium, dholak, tabla, keyboard. You know how many people come to the class? 8. 8. On Monday, 6th of June, I have someone coming to teach Hindi and Sanskrit from Kuva. 6 o'clock in the evening, $5 a class. $5. The class is really free. So we take $5. Because we have to give the girl a little gas to put in she car. You know when people come to the Indian Sanskrit class? 34. You can take the horse to the well, but you can't make him drink. And I ask myself in the sleep and in the wake, I put my head on the pillow and I say, what more people want?
You know what they want? You pass right home, sit down, eat, seke roti, drink dal, pop, do nothing, and expect to live and learn. We call this dharma. Every single year, as long as I can remember, I'm talking about 40 plus years, I look at the common entrance results, now it's SEA. I look at the CAPE, which is A level. I look at CSEC, which is O level, which is called CXC. And I look at the children who score 1, 2, 3, top in the SEA, get the medal and all kind of thing for the CSEC, the O level, and who win president, medal and scholarship and thing for the CAPE. And every one of them, check it the next time it happens. SEA events, results coming next month. Check it. They have 3 things in common. When you interview the first place, second place, and third place, and you ask them, you should go and interview them. Tell me the secret for your success. God. God, number 1. Second thing, parental and teacher support. More important, parental. And here the parents, they work hard and they do this and they wake up and this and that and burn the midnight oil and all kind of thing. And the third thing, look at it, it's a phenomenon. They always have an extracurricular activity. Whether they learn swimming, or karate, or Hindi, or they learn mandir, or they learn kathak dance, or cake making, or some kind of thing. And we ask ourselves, because I go between 35 and 40 homes a month. And I can tell you, for the homes, which one's successful, which one will fail. They can have too many people. Luckily, they are not in the majority, but too many who just sit back, lay back, and know God. Whether Allah, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Saraswati, Ganesh, anybody, know God. There are those who God jump. They God jump. This year, this God, that one, that God, next one, their God. They are looking for advantage, not for God. Ease. It was easier, Baba. Ease. Every month is a different God. And when that God they walk out, and 7 God and 12 God and 18 God they trying, they go to Obiaman. They don't believe in God. They believe in a concept called God, but not God. They're looking for advantage. And you see many people, Hanuman, Durga, Lakshmi, the good for your grandfather, Arjan, they buy land, build house, which you get. You didn't work for it. All of a sudden, that's not good for you. So the run one started to do Kali. And 12 o'clock in the church, having Sohari and coconut and pinam. Running over coal, burning up the foot, and feeling, thank God. Is that good? Would I ask anybody to do that? Would I ask anybody to do them things? God didn't just ask you to love, to be a good father, to be a good student, to be a good grandfather, to be a good brother. I got a funeral recently. Original house here. While they are married, the building house over the road big. And during the funeral day, all of them here. Because they're not back home day. Some of them on the road. Like what? Tomeva? Tomeva? Tom means you. Meva means mine. Tomeva means your mind. Mata means mother.
God, you're my mother. There are those who don't even love their mother enough. There are fellows who love their wife more than their mother. But God tells you, Tomeva Mata. He never said, Tomeva Ishwar. Ishwar means God. He said, he never said, I am first. He says, your mother is first. And who is mother? She didn't give birth to. Mother is also a big sister who stops school and starts to take care of you, so you can go to school. Big sister. Let's say we're not talking about he helped mind some of them. Cha means then. Pita Tomeva, then Pita. Pita is father, then God is your father. Next with your father, he didn't give you this. He gave my little brother, Alan Wallan. Me like a mother. She gave the next big bulky, and sister-in-law, Vera. And this, and 5 cents, and penny, and $2, and 2 TP dress, who borrowed your shoe, and 5 cents thing. Your whole life flutters away for 5 cents. $1 and penny. We measure everything in money, including God. Next line says, Tumeva Bandhu. Bandhu means bloodline. A wife joining a husband becomes the bloodline. Your brother and sister is your bloodline. Your kaka and dada and kaki is your bloodline. Your children is your bloodline. Your grandchildren is your bloodline. Then, Sakha Tumeva, Satumeva Mata, Cha, Pita Tumeva, Tumeva Bandhu, Cha, Sakha. Sakha means friend, associate. Then your partner. Then your partner. How many of us, when a big holiday come like this weekend gone, you're spending more time with the boys? More time by down. Not time with your children, you know. Not time with your wife, you know. You go by your sister-in-law to spend time. And you go by Auntie Joyce to spend time. And partner. But God says, your next God is your brother and sister, who? Children and wife. Tomea Vidya. Vidya, children, does not only mean knowledge. Vidya means considered knowledge, consolidated knowledge. And that's why you must say to yourself, Pandit Karmesh lives 5 minutes away, therefore I'm going to pick the lazy self up and go on Monday evening, 6 o'clock, take a notebook and a pen and go and learn Hindi. You know how much people I meet since the Hindi class and didn't start? Baba, I tell you, that Monday evening, oh good, did you see rain? Oh good, did you see this? Oh good, the tire going down, and oh good. Then they go always have a oh good. They go always have an excuse. Many people, Baba, I say put harmonium, dholak, tabla, keyboard, this is it, you have none of them. Well, you're dumb. How are you going to learn instrument if you don't have one? You want me to buy a harmonium for you to contract? Go and buy something. A harmonium and guitar and all kind of thing is between $400 or $500. I see guitar for the other day in Don City, G.Tech selling out. They have 2 more remaining for $450. Got a little keyboard for $650. A harmonium was $800. I don't know which price. You never learn. You never learn. Got to make the effort. Because what does Mukesh Parson mean for us? What do we gather from this? What are we going to take home? How are we going to improve ourselves? How are we going to better ourselves? How are we going to do things different? And that's all I'm asking, my friends. There are many, many opportunities. People send me things all the time. Baba, look, the government have the training thing to do this other training thing for 6 weeks and they could do this. Somebody send them one. We have some kind of thing there. Summer courses between first week in July and end of August. And you could do certain kinds of things and learn certain kinds of things. How many of us interested in those things? And I ask you this question. When we don't do these things, what are we doing? When you don't exercise, what you doing? When you don't take care of your health, what you doing? When you don't learn your dharma, what you doing? When you don't learn a musical instrument, what you doing? And I want you to go home, look into the mirror and ask yourself, boy, what are you doing? Girl, what are you doing? And see what the answer will come to. See what the answer will come to. I urge you. You know what the long run of this becomes, my friends? Let me tell you. In the long run, we're going to have a sense of dejection. Bhagavad Gita speaks of this. Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells Arjuna, dejection, rejection, dejection, despondency. And then what? We self-improve. We destroy ourselves. We destroy ourselves. I just read any verse in Bhagavad Gita. This is 8th chapter, verse 8. Okay. I'm not reading for the content. I'm reading for time. Time. Arjuna, he who's with his mind disciplined through yoga in the form of practice of meditation and thinking of nothing else, is constantly engaged in contemplation of God, attains the supreme effulgence of the divine. How long do you think that took? 7 seconds. It takes 7 seconds to read a verse in Gita. Do we have 7 seconds? Can we make 7 seconds? Our days are so busy we can't get 7 seconds. I read Gita every single day. I see my family. A month has 30 days well, and 28 minimum I sit with my family have dinner every day. I do thousands of services, puja, wedding, this, that, and the other. Seeing people meeting, talking, communicating on the phone, making up your messages, building a mandir, working in Port of Spain, studying in Jamaica. And I still find them. Where you was going? Where you was going? ये समाना हा समन्सो जीवे जीवेशु नाम कहा तेषु मई कल्प अस्मिन्. That word kal means a cycle of time. And in this cycle of time, we will only know ourselves once. Let me explain that. When you look into the mirror, and I'm sure you looked into the mirror this morning, you see that face is so looking back? Only once that ever happens in this creation. Karmesh, I am Karmesh. I was never here before. I am here now, and I'll never be here again. If I'm never here again, I'll never be the same son to my mother. I'll never be the same brother to my siblings. I'll never be the same husband to my wife. I'll never be the father to my children. Only once it ever happens. This great guy, this beautiful fella called Mukesh, will never be Tanti Dori's son again. Never be Omar's husband. Never be Tracy and Rick's father. Never be a brother. Only once. Never again. So whatever time you have on this earth now, marks out on it. Make it think. Don't do like the fella in Delhi Road. I want to be funeral about 25 years. I can't remember now. And when the service comes down, you're in, I say, invite you to come and see the body. This fellow walk up and skip. He gave about 4 minutes to walk from there to here. He come here. The fellow who died at 71 years. And he gave up easy and he was away. He said, Baba, I'm a brother. We have talked for 30 years. And you know what I was supposed to be. So he had doing it. What you cannot do in life, don't pretend you're going to do it in death. Don't go by when your father or grand auntie or nanny did anything and you're pretending to make fire for them. You will take out a little bit and go put in some tree in the back way. Make it fire when they live in and carry it. And say, Nani, Aji, Mama, hey, eat, enjoy, cut your toenail. 36 years I'm up on this mountain. I never people over the years tell me, yeah, Baba, so we go by Budu funeral home and we cut up your nail and things. You don't tell nobody that there, huh? But in my mind, I'm thinking, oh God, you all are ingrates. You know, name a karam. And your mother live in face of one where she covered and clean she kitchen a little bit and she managed the pot. Clean she toenail and she gone city. Too busy. Too busy. When Mother's Day come, you're going in the store, oh, $40, oh, $22. All right. Next weekend, tell your wife, Sooms. Kalki. Because she's more important than your mother. Father's Day just come. Just go. Do I give a Father's Day? Nothing. I don't ever want anything. I tell my children, don't give me nothing. You know what I had? I had a bandhara, so half my day gone. My children, by the time I arrived home at 12:20, stop with me, side by side, any corner of the house I would. And it was the most beautiful thing. About 3 o'clock. I went and I just lied down on the ground to carpet in the living room. And my son, who is almost 30 years, and my daughter, who is almost 23 years, came on my 2 sides of the bed. And I slept away for 1 hour. When I get up, I'm going to do my little chores and see call and all kind of thing. And 5:30 my son says, never carry a partner. And it all went out as a family. I know anything what happened? Some of you like UPS parcel delivery and DHL. You get this and you can drop it by Papa house and house. Okay, we go there. We have to go on next 2 place. You like a delivery, better you send it to the postman. Right now? So let us learn from our beloved brother. Let's learn from his experience. Let's learn from mine. And I will learn from yours. I'm not perfect. None of us are. So we will try. All I'm asking you today is to try. That's why we will move so slow, boy. One trick slower is stop. Move a little more joyfulness, a little more heartiness, a little more whatever. Pick up the broom, sweep, trim the plant, do 2 things, nail up the board, change our bulb, fix 2 things, bag your hand up in, touch up here and there, make your place look nice. Take your wife and go somewhere. You don't have no money and things, take the same Sunday lunch and go, sit down, eat in the car, walk to go to the bar, ice cream, ice cream water. You know how much. And like that, take the children and set an example. The top fellas went, who said out on the creek, and equipment, 3 family.
tobacco, only the pandit is do that. But watch. And see trunks opening. The same place that your mother will go to lie down and burn is what they desecrate. Shameless. I have to tell fellas with their grade and mind, don't do that here, boy. You're not the right place, boy. You're dirty, boy. Eh? I had to tell you that. Police had to come and tell you, boy. Everything police have to tell you. There's a time and place for everything under the sun. I'll just start wrapping up with a few messages. You have 11 o'clock appointment at the it's going to be 10-15 minutes. 10-15? Few things which I always say at a funeral service. Children, who's studying, whether you're 4 years or 5 years in kindergarten or big school or you're secondary or you're near kid, study a book. Study a book. And don't study Jennifer and Rachel and the texting and grading and skinning. When you see CXC come, you're writing the same exam. You will get overdone. And then go pass and leave you. Friend is carry you, they will bring you back. Children, study your book. Next. Who can study book? Go learn something. I go to homes, and a big fella had 21 years, he took the grandmother pension. I say, what do you do? But are you thinking to do mechanic? Next time I go puja. What are you doing? He has 22 now. Are you thinking to do electrical? He thinks so much, he do nothing. Because RG pension been good. Yeah, so the best time I want is the 50th. Go learn something. You get married. Husbands. Be a good husband. I just have too much people coming, Baba. There are a few minutes you have. I need you to talk. Baba, can you think? Baba, 5 minutes and think. Baba, you're talking to the husband. You can't talk to him. And that's what it is. She cannot talk to him. Because he wearing the pants and he bringing in the flower. So he feels he's the Tsar, the chief. He big shot too bad. He don't realize that marriage is not a competition. Marriage is a partnership. You're a partner with your wife. You're a partner, you're a life partner. Next one. Your father or mommy. Be a good dad or mommy. Sit down with your children, find out how things going, love them up, hug them, how is it in school. Children come from school. Come here, put on the body, thinking, eat your food fast, go on the thing, and stop making noise. Think, put on the TV, stay right there. That's how we just go. You call a child dotish enough time, they're going to believe. They're going to believe that they are dotish. You call a wife no good enough time, they're going to believe that they're no good. What I tell all you so far, that all you do. What I tell you so far, that is rocket science. Anything? Pandit had to go out and teach people how to live. How to be good dad and mom, husband and wife, and student. When I finish here, one of my children, he's in the 80s. Is leaving this one at the medical right now. After going home, his hand and all. Shouldn't I be doing that? Rather than sitting down when they say, "Do you have a husband now, boy?" Hey. I have other things to do, but you have to share it time, right? Ease him up now. Ease him up. Do something different. Lastly, and I always say this in every service that I go, take care of your health. cut your bullet break out, cut your sugar, cut your salt, cut your carbohydrates. The good thing flour going up in a sense. I feel sorry for all of you, but they make less flour. The flour is the main culprit in carbohydrates. Cut your carbohydrates, cut your sugar, salt, and carbs. Where's the last one? Cut your. Shout it. Eh? Laziness. Cut your laziness. What's the most important one? Cut your sugar. What's the easiest way to learn to cut your sugar? Cut your drink. Sweet drink and sweet juice and a barrel of this and a tub of that and 3 spoons of sugar in the tea and 1 Coke, 20 ounces my brother, a 15.5 spoons of sugar. A soap, a 15.5 spoons of sugar. A chubby, a 7. A Monster, you know that fellas like to drink a Monster and feel like you're dead in. 7 spoons of sugar. A Red Bull, 7 spoons of sugar. 600 milliliter juice, a 15.5 spoons of sugar. And a big nice crown. You know they go Starbucks and you leave up so on your stomach. Grande. You have a grande and put those things on top of it. 21 spoons of sugar. That is not yesterday. I'm a public health expert, as you know. My training is in public health and epidemiology. I'm telling you that as a scientist. Cut your sugar. Look at the things that you drink first. Go Starbucks something now. You buy one thing now, you give it a little bit, give them share a little bit. 4. Drink this Starbucks and move it, you're not going to think, go walk home. Walk home. You have a bottle of water. Take care of your health. When the body is reasonably healthy, the mind lifts. And when the mind lifts, the spirit soars into the skies. And when the spirit soars into the sky, you will find God. You will find God. And start with the body. That's the easiest thing. You can't control the mind so much. You can't control the spirit too much. You can control the body. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. God bless you. Let me ask Raquel to go now. Raquel and Sangeeta. Raquel wants to do a verse, chant. Sangeeta will also do a verse. And then we'll have the reading. One time? Don't back up. Go ahead.
Sit down, everyone. This is Raquel, Dad's granddaughter, and most of you know his daughter know. She wants to sing a little chant for him. Ready? Anonymous.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Okay, so my throat isn't so well, but I have to sing something for my father-in-law. He always has me singing. I'll sing maybe a chorus and a blues. You have to help me out. It's a very popular bhajan. So you have to sing along and clap along. बनवारी जिनका सहारा तेरा नाम रे, मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे। झूठी दुनिया झूठी वंदना, झूठी है यह माया। दुनिया झूठी वंदना, झूठी है यह माया। झूठ संसार हाना जाना, झूठी है यह माया। ओ यहाँ साँच तेरा नाम रे, बनवारी है जिनका सहारा तेरा नाम रे। मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे। So before I hand over the mic to Pandaji, I have a few words to read. On behalf of the Harrypersad family and the entire family circle, with heavy heart, I sat this morning and wrote these few words. All in memory of my late father-in-law, loving dad of this home. This isn't just an eulogy, but just a few words and memories about my dear father-in-law. As the saying goes, it is a curious thing, the death of a loved one. We all know that our time in this world is limited, and that eventually all of us will end up underneath some sheet, never to wake up. And yet, it is always a surprise when it happens to someone we know. It is like walking up the stairs to your bedroom in the dark and thinking there is no one. And there your foot falls down through the air. And there is a sickly moment of dark surprise, just the way you thought of things. With that being said, let's talk about my father-in-law, right? Deoraj Harrypersad, most of you will know him by Mukesh, and he's popularly known by Bull or Bullsup. Everyone knows him by that name. He was born on the 2nd of July 1964 to the late Dolly and Anka Harrypersad. He lived a very exciting, memorable childhood day with all his siblings. From the stories I've heard from my mother-in-law, from most of them, he did live a really exciting and memorable childhood days. And I'm sure that those memories will remain in your hearts for the rest of your lives. It's those simple memories that we tend to cherish for the rest of our lives. On the 25th of January 1988, my dad, Deoraj Harrypersad, I call him dad, right? He met the love of his life, Omar Harrypersad, and they got married. And during the course of this marriage, they had two beautiful children, Ricky and Tracy. Then during the course of the years, well, I got married, he had an additional daughter. He moved on to have two grandchildren, which is Raquel and Sanjay, an adopted grandchild. During those years of marital bliss, they both shared a lot of memories. I don't want to go into length. I tried to simple everything as the best as I could. And these shared memories, I'm sure that will remain in everyone's hearts for a lifetime. Something that you all wouldn't know about my father-in-law. He loved music a lot, especially cooking. There wasn't a day that, I would not say him on an everyday basis, but for those who would know him, every time you come to his home, he would ask you if you want something to eat. He would make you feel comfortable, in other words, right? He was very welcoming. A memory from my mother-in-law that she shared with me that when he would get up most of the mornings, he would go to his altar. He had his altar upstairs. He would beat his tassa. He has a little tassa upstairs that he really, really loved playing, right? And oh boy, he really loved the tassa. It is his grandchild also, Sanjay. The both of them used to play the tassa together. These are loving memories that we could always have with our father-in-law. One child, I'm almost coming to the end. I don't want to take up too much time. But one childhood memory that I was told about from some of the siblings that they used to laugh about. It used to sound funny to us, but I'm not sure about the rest of you all. But Uncle Kenny told us that when my father-in-law was sent on a daily basis to tie the cattle, he would tie all of the cattle on one pole, not one, but he would tie all of the cattle, and he didn't do it only one day. He did it every day, continuously he did it. Right? And there's nothing that changed about that. Well, as I said, everyone knew my father-in-law by the name Bolso, and most of them knew him from the days when he used to sell doubles on the bike. On a personal level, being the daughter-in-law, I have one memory to share. I would always remember loving and welcoming, how loving and welcoming my dad was when he accepted me as his daughter. When I visited him, I wouldn't see him on an everyday basis. When I visited him, he would always bring something for me to eat. He was like, Sangeeta, look, eat something. As soon as I walked through the gate, he would be there sitting on his hammock, on his chair in the corner. I would tell him, sit around, maybe talk to him for a few minutes and then go my way inside, right? So these are the simple little memories, just some of the memories that we will surely cherish and always remember, because when I walk in here, I miss that because he's always there sitting. Not only for me, but for everyone on a personal level has memories that they will always cherish. Coming close to the end, I would like to say that Dad, we will miss you dearly. You were a wonderful person and your memories will live on with us forever. And may Lord Krishna bless you. Rest in peace, and we love you from the entire family circle. Sitaram, and thank you. I'll now hand over to the mic to Uncle Bobby.
Good morning, everybody. Says good morning, everybody. I would like you to join with me today to say goodbye to my brother. And this is what we're going to say. Goodbye, Mukesh. Rest in peace. And say it loud. You guys ready? Let's go. A little louder, please.
Goodbye, Mukesh. Rest in peace. So we say.
So we say our goodbye so that he will move on. Thank you all.
Anybody else would wish to say something? Say a prayer? Chant a mantra? Okay, so I want to suspend. One of us.
Sitaram, everyone. Firstly, I must say our condolences go on to the entire family, friends of my daughter, father-in-law here. I will sing up again, asking God, dear God, Lord Krishna, bless the entire family and give them strength and courage to carry on. Govinda Hare, Gopala Hare, Te Gopi Gopala, may God bless each and every one.
Did anybody else wish to say a word? No? If that's okay, let's stand and begin to bring closure. आप लोग खड़ा हो जाए. इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर फिर प्राण तन से निकले इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले मत कर तो अभिमान रे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान तेरी जैसे लाखों आए लाखों इसे माफी ने खाए मत कर तू अभिमान nothing to do. Abhiman means all kind of thing, but also means when you're not when you're mindless. Don't be mindless, children. Not only mindful of where you are, what you're doing, how you treat people, how you talk with people, how you approach a situation and things like that. Don't be mindful. Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram 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 Siya Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram 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 Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Siya Ram 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 Bhaju Ram Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram O Jeev Charachar जाचते ही नरक स्वर्ग पवन गनि सेनी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम प्रेम से बोलो श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. Together, my friends, I will chant to the Dhyan shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. There are 13 shlokas. I will not chant all of them. I will chant some of them. And let us say together, Om Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniam Bhagavatim Ashtadishaadhyayinim Ambattamanusandathami Bhagavat Gite Bhavadvishinim Namostute Vyasavishāla Buddhe Pularavindra Yatapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharataila Purna Pradvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapana Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamutraya Krishnaya Gitamritam Duhe Namaha Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopala Nandana Partho Vatse Sudhira Bhokta Dugdam Gitam Ritam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Khansa Chanura Marganam Devaki Param Anandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Bhishmataro Nakata Jaya Bhatajala Gandharva Nilotpala Shalya Graha Kritinavahani Karnina Vil Akula Ashvattama Vikarna Khodamakara Duryodhana Bhartini Surkarana Khalpandarairana Nadi Kaivattaka Keshava
पाराशर्य वचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोपतं नानाज्ञानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके स जानशत्परे अहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमला प्रध्वंसिना श्रीयसे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपामहं वन्दे परमानन्दं माधव यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदाक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यन्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः Closing. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च त्वमेव विद्या त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम् प्रेम से बोलो महाविष्णु भगवान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की आदिशक्ति के समर्पण नाम जीवात्मा शांति करने वैष्णव आप लोग आसन लीजिए Those of you who did not yet have a chance to feel the body, you can come in 1 minute. And we have some calls remaining still. You can do that. So 1 minute. Who did not yet come? Okay. You okay with that? Good. Can I now ask my beloved sister Oma to now give us?
Will we fix this? Will we fix? Will you fix it?
अकेले तुम जो हम तुम संग है तो फिर क्या गम तू मेरा दिल